How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. We're going to be talking about Casper. Now, this is a movie that I've actually never seen. It's never entered my childhood repertoire, so I didn't know what to expect with this movie. And boy, was I really surprised by it, because not only is it really charming, but it tackles themes that we really don't see in a lot of kid movies these days. Because even though this movie has a lot of its zany and cheesy moments that are really appealing to kids, this movie is actually geared towards adult, because it deals with loneliness and how to deal with the death of a loved one. And that's exactly what we get with Casper. There's a lot of different themes that I feel don't get explored in kids movies nowadays, because nowadays we get movies like Despicable Me and the Minions. We get emojis where it talks down to kids instead of lifting them up. And while yes, those movies are geared towards adult, there are specific movies like The Incredibles that are made for kids but are targeted to adults. There are themes that only adults will actually get, and that's kind of what I've been missing from a lot of kid movies these days. The movie really revolves around this ghost therapist and his daughter that move into this mansion that is occupied by four ghosts. You have Casper, who is basically like the friendliest ghost. He wants to have a friend, but it's kind of hard for him because he's a ghost. And whenever somebody shows up to the mansions, they are starting to run for the hills, which is kind of how I get whenever I hear a door slamming and I think there are ghosts in my house. So on that side, I get what he is going through. But on the other side, where you have this family that is moving into this mansion trying to get rid of these ghosts, they're dealing with a loss of a loved one. And when you have those tones in here, boy, does it really pull on your heartstrings, and you start getting a little bit more emotional. You're starting to get a little bit more engaged with the storytelling. Bill Pullman and Christina Ricci are fantastic as this father-daughter duo, and I wasn't sure how that duo was going to work at first, but as we progress through the story and we get to know where they're coming from, what they're dealing with, you buy their relationship. And the thing that I really loved about this relationship is the fact that Bill Pullman's character isn't like the uptight dad. He's really supportive of his daughter, especially towards the end of the movie, where she's throwing this party for her classmates and she's kind of a bit of an outsider. You have kids that are kind of teasing her. She's trying to connect with her first crush and trying to impress him a little bit by throwing the house party at the mansion where she is staying at, because everybody knows exactly what happened at that mansion, why some people don't go up there. And the way that this story is told in a way where if you've dealt with the loss of a loved one, if you move to a new place and you're starting all over, meeting new people, walking around this new town that you don't really know, you also have another side that kind of gets explored a tiny bit, where Christina Rich's character is being interviewed by news reporters and she feels like she's kind of had enough of it. And then on the other side, with Casper trying to meet new friends, you feel his loneliness, you see where he is coming from. And when he meets Christina Ricci's character and the interactions that we have with these two, it's really wholesome and sweet, that you want to see these two really explore their friendship together and you watch them evolve together, because Casper is wanting to be able to have that friendly connection. He wants to be able to have somebody to be there with him and not leave him, so he's not feeling lonely. Even though he's staying with his three uncles, they don't really treat him all too well. They kind of treat him like the runt of the litter. And I was really surprised that underneath all this zaniness and cheesy moments, you have such dark themes that I kind of wish we get in animated movies nowadays, because that's kind of what makes these movies appealing to all ages. It's the themes that it's the themes that are for the adults, but you have the zany moments for the kids. You have this amazing CGI that I think still holds up with Casper and his three uncles, that just still look fantastic. And you know exactly how this movie is going to end. You know exactly where everything is leading up to. And once we get into that third act and you have Casper wanting to be a real boy, but instead gives his life up to like Christina Ricci's, and I do apologize, I forgot the characters' names, but he wants her to have her dad back. He's willing to give up his life for her dad's life. And I thought that was just absolutely charming. I was not really expecting to get teared up in this movie, mostly because I just thought this movie was going to be a zany little movie. I think this is a movie that I'm probably going to pop in every once in a while because I was really charmed by this movie. You have themes of losing a loved one, you have the themes of loneliness and wanting to have friends and be around people in order for you to fill that void. Overall, it's a movie that I really enjoyed. I came out really surprised with this movie. I didn't expect for me to get choked up, but I got choked up multiple times in this movie. And I'm probably going to check it out every once in a while just so I can have a little bit more fun with it. Overall, I really enjoy this movie. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about this movie. Have you guys checked it out? Is it a movie that you saw as a child and just get nostalgic feelings every single time that you check it out? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys for the next video.